What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We're here to talk about this offensive line. You see, this offensive line was supposed to be, well, good, but it was far from that. Now, was the pass blocking solid overall as a group? Yeah, it was solid. It was solid. Can't really complain too much, right? Could it have been better? Yes, definitely could have been better. Now, I know you've seen these couple snaps. You've seen that your center is looking horrible. Now look, so he's up. Him and Tyron Smith is up. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about should we bring these people back? Should we move forward and whether get some more vets or get younger there? Well, I'm here to tell y'all something. Now y'all know last year I advocated a lot for Tyler Biotish, and he made me look good. He played well against stronger D tackles. You know, he had the occasional blowback, got pushed back in it, but for the most part, he played well. But this year, he regressed. A lot of your offensive line regressed this year, especially the center onto the right side. They regressed a whole lot, and part of that has to do with being lazy. Part of that has to do with coaching. So look, here's what it is. Terrence Steele, he's here. Unless they do something with that contract, Terrence Steele is here, y'all. So I'm not gonna do too much talking about that because he's here. Zach Martin just got paid some extra money to be here. So at minimum, most likely he's here again next year. Now, Tyler Biotish, do you pay him in free agency? I'll be honest with you. I say no. I'll let him walk and go for a more stronger approach at center. Now, there's some centers that people talking about in the draft. Now, y'all know I'm gonna look at them. I know a lot of the times he got compared to Travis Frederick, but he was definitely no Travis Frederick. And more than likely, the Cowboys is going to need a stronger center at the point of attack this coming up year because I'm sure that they're going to at least attempt for the emphasis of the offense to be run the ball better and run the ball more often. And Tyler Biotish is more of a pass blocking center than he is a run blocking center. Think you got to go out there, whether it be in a draft, trade, or free agency, and go address center at a more cheaper clip too, because you already allocating resources, and not to mention that you're going to have to pay Tyler Smith, and you're going to have to pay him good too because of his versatility at both offensive linemen. So you're probably going to actually pay him probably one of a large salary coming up pretty soon. I know what he ain't got to worry about it too, maybe another couple years, but that's something that Jerry Jones and them's going to have to keep in mind. You're going to be allocating some resources on this offense. It looks like whether it be from CD to Dak and J Hop, and we call J Hop over here is Jay Ferguson, but we call him J Hop over here. So, with that being said, you're going to have some cheaper pieces on this offensive line. And it pains me a little bit to say this though, but I believe it's in the best interest of the Cowboys to move on. I'm not saying that he can't be a good center because he's been quality, he's been serviceable for us, but the Dallas Cowboys, especially in the middle, need a little bit more. We need a little bit more powerful approach. And when the Dallas Cowboys was running that football excellent, we had a more powerful approach inside, right? We can't have finesse inside. So, unfortunately, I say the Dallas Cowboys should move on from Tyler Biotish. Now the question is Tyron Smith. Should Tyron Smith be back? Tyron Smith had one of his better years here. Had one of his better years. But a problem across his whole offensive line is that as a unit, they struggled to get to the second level, as you can see in some of these clips here. They struggled to get to the second level. Biotis got to the second level a little bit more than everybody on the right side. Tyler Smith was able to get to the second level a little bit more, but that was kind of it. You know, Tyron to get in space though, but as far as getting to the second level and getting bodies on bodies in the interior, it was very underwhelming when it came down to what you want to see, especially from a veteran offensive line that got so-called 5 Pro Bowlers and 3, including Tyler Smith, future Hall of Famers on your offensive line. That didn't look too good, and that wasn't a good representation. And so, if you got a vet line that produced this, then nah, that's not good enough. So they're gonna I say like this for Tyron. If they're not able to upgrade, whether get a younger tackle, because I wholeheartedly believe that Tyler Smith should be a left guard. His best position is a left guard, even though he's a very good left tackle if he played there. But his best position is left guard. I believe that they should go for left tackle. Now I know they're probably gonna try to take some looks and evaluate with Let's Go, but with Let's Go hasn't came into play. He's been plagued with some energy, with some injuries, but he hasn't came into play here. Right now, he does have some decent feet from what I've seen him play, but we need production, y'all. If Jerry Jones, even though change is always necessary, even though you're in the business of change, this NFL is pretty much change. There's going to be a turnover every year, some more than others, but definitely a turnover. We're going to have to realize that we're going to have to make some uncomfortable moves this year. And although the left side was the best side, I think at center and left tackle, my priority would be to upgrade both positions. And if you don't like what you see coming out, or if you don't like what you can get, then you can bring Tyron Smith back. I have no problem with that. I guess they found a solution on how to get him to play in the majority of the games, and maybe that could be the solution from here on forward. But be honest with you, that offensive line need practice. That offensive line need practice in pads and moving bodies, you know? And even though he's a vet, you can see a little bit in run blocking that it kind of made a difference in regards to, not saying that he was trash at it, but as far as the timing, the combo blocks, you can see it kind of made a little bit of a difference. But all in all, the offensive line as a whole needs to be better. The offensive line coach needs to be changed. Terrence Steele needs to be a whole lot better than what he has been, because this man right now is stealing money. But yeah, I'm disappointed in this run. This has got to be emphasis all year run, because I was very disappointed, and I was very disappointed in how we couldn't get to the second level and we couldn't establish a quality run game. Even with Tony Pollard being who he is, which is a wide receiver playing running back, this running game should have been a whole lot better, and it wasn't. So that's probably one of the most disappointing things regarding this offense. So that is going to have to be a change. As y'all can see in my previous video, pretty much everything up front needs upgrades and needs change and needs a point of emphasis on physicality at the point of attack. So y'all know, man, Osa and Biotis was like my two guys, man, that I stuck my neck out for. But I understand, even I know. So that's why it's disappointed that Jerry don't know that change and upgrade is needed. Better play is needed, and I'm not about to give Biotis a contract if he can't be more physical. I don't need finesse there. baby boy, I need some real physicality there. I need some nastiness there. And even though he's a quality serviceable center, it just ain't what the Cowboys need. We need Frederick. We need Andre Garrod. We need some real centers. We need somebody that's gonna go ahead and get there with some physicality. So that's my stance on this offensive line. Now look, as we go and we start breaking down these prospects, I'm probably get ready to start looking at them this week. As we go break this down, y'all, we got to understand that the Cowboys need every single position. So when we talk about needs, every position is a need, ladies and gentlemen. Some more than others, but the Cowboys need something of everything. They do. Now, one thing I can tell you is that Hoffman, right? Uh Awesome Richards and Bass had gave you some encouraging. Well, I'll say more of Hoffman and Bass gave you some encouraging snaps. And it's not wasn't too encouraging regarding Awesome that even though we drafted you, that you couldn't when it was time for that Commanders that you allow Hoffman and Bass to play over you. That tells me that they don't view that you are ready. And we need you to be ready. And hopefully soon you can take over one of these offensive line positions because it's pointless to keep drafting these offensive lines in these later rounds and don't none of them come into a backup role. Don't none of them come into a starter role. That's kind of pointless and that's unacceptable. To be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, that's unacceptable. So, so we got some toys to play with, but we ain't satisfied. We love more. We want to get better. So, so they got some pieces to kind of figure out what they want to do. If they want to trade and acquire picks or however they want to go about it, they got something to work with, right? Because offensive line is always going to be a need. Even if it ain't a need, it's still a need because you just never know, right? But yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. In regards, we just got to be better and be better up front because we were soft. And our inability to stop and run the ball was proven on how soft this team really was. But all right, y'all, that's my time for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe for me. We getting close to that 1K. I appreciate everybody who's been rocking with me since day one. And for all those who are new, welcome aboard. We gone.